Some things in life won't change no matter how much you resist, no matter how much you try to control, no matter how much you're trying to get into it emotionally. And if you're watching this video, then this is the second time I'm recording it, because it's actually the first time I'm recording it, because the first time, for about 20 minutes, I forgot to hit the record button. So I'm redoing the whole thing, and it's perfect. It's perfect for today's topic. I love it. I really love it. Before I get into it, hello and welcome to this video. My name is Martin, and I appreciate you being here. If you have not subscribed here somewhere, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And the reason why is because I want to spread my messages throughout the world for people who are going through difficult times, and show that they're not alone, that there's someone out there who is there for them, who supports them. And if this is you, then I am here for you. Dear viewer, I'm here for you, and I hope to inspire you through my own, through sharing my own breakthroughs, but also breakdowns, my ups and downs in betweens of life. And I hope that I inspire you to take charge of your life, that you are also accepting that life has ups and downs, and that you are creating the life that you desire and that you know that you deserve. All right, so today's topic is really letting go of control. And it's so funny that because I checked the audio before, because if you've been part of my channel for a while, let me just check if I have everything. The audio is on, the recording is on. Oh my God, it's amazing. Technology is just fascinating if you use it. All right, so if you've been watching my previous videos, there was one time where I didn't record. I have a microphone, I attached it, I chose the input, but I forgot to turn on the microphone. There's a little button here, and I just have to turn it, but I forgot for 10 minutes, and I was recording a video, and then I realized, okay, there's no audio going through. So I had to start over. And today, I recorded the video for 20 minutes, and I started over I just started over because there was no video being recorded, because when I tried to end the video, it started the video. And I was like, all right. But the reason why it's so perfect is because even recording is kind of like controlling. I control the video being recorded while I talk. Me controlling also it, or not controlling, but there's a situation that happened that I cannot change. I cannot go back and hit that record button and then magically the video appears. It just does not work that way. And I'm really, believe me, I am not just making this up. I know this might sound like I'm just making up this story, whatever. It really happened. It really happened, because initially I talked about this lady on the train who was just getting into it, shaking her head the whole time because the train was delayed and stopped in between. But now when I finished talking about that, my video was not recorded. So I'm I couldn't even make that up if I wanted to, believe me. Well, I could, but probably. But in this case, really no. Because I want to be authentic and open and honest with you here. So this is really my promise. This is never anything I would do. And this is just so ridiculous because it's perfect for letting go of control. Because really the essence of today's topic is not to let go of controlling the outside, but letting go of the control, meaning where you stop focusing, or you stop letting your focus on the outside control how you feel. Because what usually happens, we have those little antennas, and we focus on the outside. We focus through our senses. We focus on everything that's happening, consciously but also subconsciously. And we take everything in. We like a sponge. We just take stuff in, information and all those kind of things. And then we usually react. We try to control, we try to do whatever, but It usually does not happen, because if anything, we have control over our own like thoughts and feelings. But let's be honest here, who really does have control of themselves? I mean, there are people and situations, like there's situations where I am in full control of everything about me, and there's times where I lose control, to a certain degree at least, where I get frustrated or angry. But it's really not about, like, I know this sentence is like overused a lot. It's like that. It's not about the circumstance. It's about how you react to it. And if you stay with me, I'm going to talk a little bit differently about it, because I think it's not about the circumstances. Very often that sentence is like that. It's like toxic spirituality, like that toxic positivity shit, where it's really about, think positively, like shift your focus, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, stop, please. What I mean, or the way I see, like the circumstance, like it's not about the circumstance, about how you respond to it, is really that if you look at a situation, you're like, fuck this shit. Like, I hate it. I don't like it. I don't want this to happen. But then you go into like radical acceptance, where you say, even though I don't want it to happen, even though it sucks, it happened. And there's nothing I can change about it. There's nothing I can do to control it, there's nothing I can do about it. The only thing I can do is to look at right now and ask myself, how can I create a little bit more safety for myself? How can I create a little bit more distance from that situation, from that person? There's one thing that helped me so much. It's called the frame technique. Aaron Dowdy, is actually my coach. He has a video online as well. You can look for it, and it's the frame technique. It's amazing. It's so amazing, so amazingly powerful. I do it almost every single day, and very often I do it on the train, where I just create distance between me and everybody around me, but then also feel the connection to everyone and everything around me. And it's so powerful. I believe this has helped me the most out of all the things since the breakup in the beginning of this year, because I felt devastated and heartbroken. Like, I don't think I've ever felt that way, or at least not in a very, very long time. And because especially this was the first time I actually thought it's mutual and it can stay, or we can stay together forever. But guess what? It was a situation I couldn't control. I cannot control how someone feels from me. I don't control how committed they are. I cannot control how they show up or not show up in a relationship or for themselves. I cannot control their choices in life. The only thing I can look at is, can I control some of those aspects about myself? And where do I want to go? How can I show up in my own life? How can I show up for myself? How can I show up in specific situations that are difficult and move forward, but not like in a way of like move forward as running away from a situation, but moving forward as there's always movement, there's always change, there's always, like, this is part of life. The earth, it continues to turn. Like, there's always movement in our universe. There's always movement. So we can choose to move with it. At the same time, we can give up the control and say, you know what? I'm going to stop controlling whatever I cannot control, basically everything. And I'm just going to go with forward. With that forward movement, I'm going to continue to move forward while still processing, while still being able to feel whatever is coming up, whatever it is that you're going through. You don't have to pretend it's not happening, but continue to move. It's like a spiral, like the spiral that is pretty much a symbol, like it's found everywhere in nature, in the universe, like it's everywhere. And if you just continue, don't give up. That is like one of the biggest things. If we give up hope, if we give up trust, if we give up trusting that we can connect to ourselves and really be who we are meant to be, then we stay stuck. So don't give up. Write in the comments, I'm not giving up. Let's commit to that together and really support other people as well, because I think it's so important to have a community of people who are like-minded, who support each other, who are there for the same purpose of growth, of expansion, of just sitting in the pain together. Sometimes it's just sitting in the pain together, just saying like, this shit sucks. And this is so against modern day spirituality, where it's like, oh, don't say that, because when you say it, or you focus on it, when you focus on it, it's going to draw more attention to it, and then it's going to attract those things to you. And I'm like, no, I don't believe that. Not for a second. I believe that if we don't let it go, let it out, talk about it, just releasing it, that we hold on to it. And when we hold on to it, that's when the law of vibration and law of attraction is going to kick in, where it's like we're resisting it. And when we resist something, it persists, and we're going to emit out that like vibration of like, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it. It's still here, I don't want it. And that's why it's going to continue to come back, because you have not let go of it. But if you let it go by talking about it, then it's out there. It's gone. However, if you continue to talk about it over and over and over and over and over again, and get emotionally invested in it, then of course that's a different story. But if something happens and you talk about it, that's absolutely fine. Like, don't let anyone tell you like, don't talk about it. Talk about it. Let it out. Like, let the emotions out. Let the thoughts out. Let everything out in a safe way. Don't hurt yourself or anyone. Just let it out and release it. Because when you release something, emotions or thoughts, you create space for something new in your life. Same with people. If you release toxic people, you creating space, first of all, for yourself. You have more time for yourself, more energy for yourself, more focus for yourself, but also you have more space to invite new people in. Create space. Create space within you, so that without you or outside of you, in that sense, you create also that space, that freedom, so that you can connect with people, you can connect with your dreams, desires, and make them a reality. But let go of control, especially let go of control of other people or situations that are just outside of any kind of control that you have, because otherwise you're going to end up like that lady in the morning that kept shaking her head in disbelief that the train was late. Nothing she could have done in that situation. I mean, she was not able to do anything. But she could have just said, I can't do anything. There's always two choices. If you're in that kind of situation, and then, of course, there are situations where this is just, I'm not talking about like really devastating situations, like where grief is connected, where like the loss of a loved one, or like those are not the situations I'm talking about. I'm talking about like everyday situations, like being late, or not late, or maybe the train being late, or maybe someone like being mean to you, or like any kind of situation where you're just like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this. But very often we say like, I don't want to deal with it, and then we talk about it and we think about it like over and over and over and over and over again, not for the purpose of releasing it, but for kind of, I don't know, whatever, like confirmation of the validity of our feelings or whatever it might be. But like with that lady on that train today, if she had just said, you know what, there's nothing I can do, there's nothing I can change, whatever happens, happens. Like if I'm going to be on time, I'm going to be on time. If I'm going to be late, I'm going to be late. If I'm going to be stuck here for however long, there's nothing I can do about it. So let's choose something I can control, I can focus on. For me, what I did, I wrote down a few notes. I was listening to a meditation. I was listening to an audiobook. I utilized that time to observe people. It was fun. It was a really cool time. And guess what? I left home late. The bus came because I was just like, you know what, whatever, the bus never comes. Like, it always goes the other way. When I want to have the bus, it's always the one that goes the other way. But today it just came on time. I got to the train was late. I started the meditation. I got on the train. I was like, you know what, probably I'm going to be late, whatever. If so, once I have to transfer trains, I'm just going to text my client and then that's it, you know. But guess what? I was early. 1 minute. I was there 1 minute before my client. I was early. And I think it's so funny to think of it, where I'm just like, I just felt okay. I didn't worry. I was just like, whatever happens, happens. And I was actually early. There were times where I got so into it and like I didn't leave late. There were times where I left way earlier and I came late and I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I don't think it's a coincidence. Whatever it may be, even if it's a coincidence or if you think it's a coincidence, it doesn't really matter in the end, because what mattered is how I felt, and I felt okay. And I had a great day since. And there's a few things that happened during the day. You know, I got a new client and another client got like extended the coaching. Like, there's positive things that came, and I don't think that is a coincidence. I think it's all connected by like how we show up in life and the energy that we put out there, and looking at the things that we do control to a certain degree, and that is us, how we show up in life, how we show up for ourselves, and how we show up for other people. So with that being said, be kind to yourself, be kind to other people, stop controlling, and rather look within yourself and say, how do I want to show up? How can I create some safety, even if that situation is, and I said earlier, like situation, I think. I'm not sure if it was this video or the one before, but it's like if that's a situation where it's just like a shitty thing where you're like, I don't want to deal with it, or it's just painful, it hurts me. How can I create a little bit more safety? How can I create a little bit more distance? How can I create more boundaries so that step by step I can move away from it and not let that have such an impact on me or any impact at all anymore? With that being said, as always, as always, lots of love from my heart to yours. Thank you for tuning in. Big hug, and hope to see you in the next one. Peace.